Guys, I have a 3-day weekend. That means I'm off work tomorrow, being Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to take these braids down, do all my homework by tomorrow night, hopefully. And I'll be on here talking my ish about the WNBA. I'm still on a high. Okay, I don't know about y'all, but I'm still on a high from last night's game, Connecticut Sun defeating the Indiana Fever. That was crazy. But what was crazier was all the discourse that surrounds NaLyssa Smith of the Indiana Fever and her current relationship with her girlfriend and the Indiana Fever's arch nemesis, Dijonai Carrington of the Connecticut Sun. I'm sure you guys have all seen or at least heard of the movie called Love and Basketball that stars NaLyssa. She plays Miss Monica Wright, who, eventually, it was about her. Honestly, it's like a traumatic love story. I don't even like that movie, especially now seeing it as an adult. Even Asia Wilson said that movie was trash. But anyways, this is like the real Love and Basketball, but WNBA edition. Okay, you've got Dijonai Carrington of the Connecticut Sun, who has fallen madly in love with her lover, who is NaLyssa Smith, when they met back in college. Okay, in college days when they were both at Baylor University. Okay, that's in Waco, Texas. They were under the leadership and guidance of their head coach at the time, Miss Kim Mulkey, who was an incredible woman. People are accusing NaLyssa Smith. People want NaLyssa Smith to no longer be on Team Fever, Indiana Fever, that is. And it seems as though NaLyssa Smith agrees. Dijonai Carrington definitely agrees, okay? With all the tweets, the retweets, they both, everybody said like this entire season ever since that incident when she picked it up from behind. NaLyssa Smith picked up Dijonai Carrington from behind after, she had fouled her. This was like back in May. People have been saying like it's unprofessional for them to conduct themselves either on the court or off the court, with social media, the touching, the kissing, and everything else. They don't really kiss, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Again, I can understand how people say like, this is a conflict of interest. You have players who, it's one thing for, I guess, players to be friends, like you're cool. Like a lot of the girls in the WNBA, whether they're heterosexual or not, they're friends, right? Lexi Hall, she's really close with Dijonai Carrington, believe it or not. They both went to Stanford together. Dijonai Carrington and Lexi Hall, you got Kate Martin, Caitlin Clark. Everybody got that high school, college days, story. All at UConn, okay, is like connected. You got Nafisa Collier with Gabby Williams, who also went to school at Breanna Stewart. They won the championship together. It's like, again, like people, are friends, even though it's supposed to be a competition, it's supposed to be that rivalry spirit. But when you cross that friendship line, okay, and you're like in a romantic, sexual, committed relationship, it's like, when is the line supposed to be drawn? People have been complaining about Smith's performance for the Indiana Fever like all season long. I want to just break down some things before I get into like the relationship teen gossip. So NaLyssa Smith, as you guys probably already know, her position for the Indiana Fever is to be a forward. Let me tell you what a forward does, okay? I believe it's very important. So first you got two forwards. You got the small forward, which she is not, and a power forward, which she is. Again, she stands at 6'4". She's 185 pounds. So a power forward, this is also known as the four. The power forward is a physical presence in the front court, who scores, rebounds, and defends the interior. They are usually the second tallest player on the court and often play with their backs to the basket when attacking. So again, that's her job as a power forward. NaLyssa Smith in the Indiana Fever, her job is to be that physical presence, okay? In the front court, okay, she has to score, rebound, and attack and defend that interior perimeter of the basket. And a lot of people were just like, what? That is not what she's been doing. Not even like when it came to them playing against Connecticut Sun. But I believe, in my opinion, that NaLyssa Smith, she plays terribly. Okay, I don't want to bash her, but like overall, I feel like she leaves much more to be desired, right? NaLyssa Smith does not play very well up against any team. And I don't like people say like, when it comes to Connecticut Sun, because her girlfriend plays for that team, that it's worse. Again, to me, I don't see much difference. Right now I'm on ESPN. Let me give them the credit. So I'm looking at their player profile for NaLyssa Smith. I believe this is has been updated because it shows the previous game from last night of Game 2 in the playoff series where Connecticut Sun defeated Indiana Fever. It shows for the 2024 WNBA stats. NaLyssa Smith, this is her stats per game. So she is on average 10.6 points, 7.1 rebounds, 1.0 assists, and 0.8 steals. Now, again, those aren't terrible numbers, okay? But it could be better. And it's like, when you saw her, again, like in my eyes, and I'm sure a lot of y'all eyes, when you see NaLyssa Smith throughout the season, again, girlfriend aside, okay, I'm going to just cut Dijonai Carrington and the Connecticut Sun completely out of the picture. Don't even think about Dijonai Carrington. Don't think about Connecticut Sun games. If you just see how NaLyssa Smith performed and, throughout the season after it progressed, especially after the Olympic break, it does seem as though she didn't progress, right? Just like my Chicago Sky. She regressed, okay? She wasn't getting better. Okay, here and there she had some looks. I believe what was the game? The game when it was actually the irony, when it was Connecticut Sun versus Indiana Fever like a week or so ago, at Indiana Fever. It was a home court game. It was the first time that they actually beat them, and the only time they beat them this season. She was actually cooking up, and I was like, okay, so NaLyssa got that dog in her. She got some fire in her. She got that fight in her. But for whatever reason, it seems like, again, like she's just too inconsistent. She's hot, and she's cold, and she's lukewarm, and she freezes up, and it's like she's not a good rebounder and defender. Again, I've seen games where chicks who are like 5'9", 5'10", 6 feet maybe. So again, she's 6'4", 185 pounds. She got literally like brute strength, for real. And like, height, that she has a height advantage. And I've seen her just be so passive when it comes to rebounding. Just rebounding, period. And rebounds when what? And then in the words of Angel Reese, rings. No rebounds, no rings. And it's like not just her, it's not just her lack of aggressiveness when it comes to rebounding. It's her free throw shots. Okay. Again, I don't want y'all to think I'm bashing her, okay? I don't like all the toxicity. This is just my analysis, okay? I'm just a girl running her mouth, okay? When it comes to the free throw line, I remember it was a couple games where it's like she was 0 all across the board. Every time she went to the free throw line, she just disappointed not only just Indiana Fever fans, hell, she disappointed me, and I'm neutral about Indiana Fever. I'm just like, how, NaLyssa? Like, I'll be wanting so much more. When you want so much more for a person, but it's like they don't want it for themselves. It's like, again, like I believe like it's not just like a physical issue. I don't believe she's injured or anything, or I don't think it's a physical issue at all. Maybe we don't. Again, I don't know her medical history. Perhaps, she's been snapped up before. Maybe she has issues with her ankle, her knees, her leg. I don't know, right? Her wrist, her arm, her shoulders. But it seems like something is up here. Like NaLyssa Smith's, her mental agility and her mental toughness and roughness has been affected to the point where it's affecting her on the court. And now this is when the girlfriend stuff come in. Now a lot of people are saying like it's because of her girlfriend who's the arch nemesis of Indiana Fever. They're saying her being with Dijonai Carrington is what's causing her to play soft. She's more, into and more interested in like appeasing Dijonai Carrington instead of actually being there for Caitlin Clark and the rest of the Indiana Fever girls. During last night's game 2 of the playoffs when Connecticut Sun defeated Indiana Fever, Erica Wheeler literally like got her get back on her karma for Dijonai Carrington back when Dijonai Carrington had knocked out the sky back in May. And Dijonai Carrington goes down on the floor hard, right? NaLyssa Smith literally, again, like she was trying to beat the allegations. She was like right around that area when she saw her girlfriend get hurt and like, get knocked down by her teammate Erica Wheeler. It looked like so badly like she wanted to reach out and touch her and like try to pick her up. But she literally looked at her. It was funny. She like just looked and just walked away. It's like you can tell, okay, like, all eyes on her, like what that pressure, like she feeling the pressure, okay? Because during game 1 of the playoffs when it was Connecticut Sun versus the Indiana Fever, she only played a total of like no more than 9 minutes, and people were blaming her. They said of course, Indiana Fever lost to Connecticut Sun during game 1, and people were saying the reason why we lost is because NaLyssa Smith has been pillow talking with her girlfriend Dijonai Carrington. She's been giving away plays. She's been giving up screens and everything else. She's been giving away the team secrets, the team sauce, in order to appease her girlfriend. And it's like, guys, she only played no more than 9 minutes. Like, what? It's like, really, what effect can she have? She didn't really, I think she put up like what, 3 points, maybe like 2 rebounds in the game 1. Yesterday, game 2, she played no more than like 3 minutes. She literally, actually, after Dijonai Carrington got fouled by Erica Wheeler, she looked like Christy Size. It looked like she kind of was like trying to test her loyalty. She kind of seen her hesitate, and she kind of looked down at Dijonai Carrington on the ground for too long. She didn't pick her up or anything, right? She didn't even say nothing to her. But it's like as soon as that happened, Christy Size immediately snatched NaLyssa Smith straight out the game. Let me put up some tweets right here. So this is what NaLyssa Smith tweeted last night, just 16 hours ago. She says, anyways, now that I can respond freely, which is interesting for her to say now that I can respond. Is she saying like, now that I know that I'm out the Indiana Fever, or is it because, we finally got toast, our chances of going to the semifinals is over with? Who knows? But she continues, she says, I can respond freely. My girlfriend has been getting death threats, called all type of ish. So if sending her flowers to make sure her mental health is okay, then cool, cry about it. So again, like she had sent her some flowers. It was so cute, because again, Dijonai Carrington just was named Most Improved Player of the Year. And she also, Dijonai Carrington posted on her story an email that she got where it was so disgusting. She was called a horrible, terrible name to call African Americans, a misogynistic name to call women. And that person wished that she got R-worded and her head cut off. Just disgusting. So I'm sure, like, like it's getting to her. Like Dijonai Carrington, she's a very strong individual, both mentally and physically. But again, like she's still a human being. Okay, she's still a woman, a black woman at that, who's being, racially and just attack for being a woman, being black, being gay. I mean, like when you think about it, like she's a black gay woman, like she's being attacked for all types of things. People are attacking her because of her nails are long, which they are not at all. Like she doesn't have acrylics. People are attacking her because of her hair, her lashes, her makeup. Why does she line her lips? It's like, let her be her. Why is y'all worried? Okay. So NaLyssa Smith tweeted that, and Dijonai Carrington tweeted, 10 toes down for y'all. I'll put it up here. She said 10 toes down for you. Love and hashtag free her. Okay, now what's interesting when she said free her, again, she been tweeting stuff. Everybody been tweeting free NaLyssa Smith. Like, they don't appreciate NaLyssa Smith at the Indiana Fever. She needs to just go cut her losses and try to get drafted for next season to the Valkyries, the Golden State Valkyries, okay? That's going to be coming to San Francisco, California. And, people are saying, like, Paige Beckers and her it's been rumored that they are going to be going there. But what's even more interesting, I just checked her bio on Instagram, and a lot of people are talking about this on Twitter now. NaLyssa Smith no longer has the hashtag fever, hashtag Indiana Fever in her bio, okay? It's completely gone. And, like, people are now speculating even more, like, okay, has it been, is it official? Is she officially gone from the team? Because, again, I believe in the year 2025, she will be going into free agency. A lot of the girls are going into free agency. It's crazy. So it'll be really interesting to see what teams, will retain players, or what players will, perhaps request a trade, leave, go overseas. Who knows, or go to, like, the new teams, maybe the Toronto, almost at the Raptors. We don't know what they're going to be called yet, right? Toronto, go to the Valkyries. Portland now is getting a team. So, the league is expanding. There is a lot of growth. So, again, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the 2025 WNBA season. But, again, I'm just proud of Dijonai Carrington, NaLyssa Smith, the Connecticut Sun. Again, that's my second favorite team in the W. I'm happy for them. They've been strong. They seem like they seem genuinely to be in love, which is crazy, right? Because, again, they've been dating. They don't like to say it, but if you look back at it and, like, if you read between the lines, they've been dating each other. I think we can pretty much presume confidently since their college days, like since NaLyssa Smith was a freshman. Again, she's 24 now. Imagine being an 18-year-old young girl, college freshman, and you meet the love of your life. They've been together pretty much for 6 years. Like, y'all, what y'all want them to do? Again, y'all act like they was, like, touching and rubbing on each other after, before the games. They business is what they business. If you don't believe in homosexuality, that's on you. Again, it is what it is. But I believe that the truth is Indiana Fever is trying to build around the core. The core being Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, maybe Lexi Hall. Those are the Splash Sisters, and their form of play. It's just so quick. Everybody knows that Indiana Fever, they like to run, they like to sprint, they like to jump, hop, skip, run. NaLyssa Smith is like a very laid back, chill. She takes her time. She's a slow ball player, right? And I believe, like, just her playing style, she just does not fit in with the Indiana Fever. And it shows. Like, she literally sticks out like a sore thumb. I believe, like, with the right coaching, I'm not putting this on Chrissy's sides, okay? She get bashed enough. But I'm just saying, maybe just another coach. Perhaps the Golden State Valkyries. With the right coaching and, like, just that patience and just getting her confidence and her mental back as a basketball player, I believe that she can become greater. Because, again, like, the girl's only 24. She's not even in her basketball prime yet. So it's like she just needs to come across a team and a coach who understands and appreciates her style of play and can work with her or work around her with that and actually incorporate a role that'll make her effective for a team. Guys, comment down below your thoughts about NaLyssa Smith, Dijonai Carrington, but mainly NaLyssa Smith. Is she going to leave the Fever? Is the Fever going to let her go? She's going into free agency soon. Do you want her to stay at Fever? Do you want her to see her at the Golden State Valkyries? Or what team would you like to see NaLyssa Smith in? Comment down below.